These survey responses indicate a high level of strong agreement when it comes to participants' beliefs about equity in education. 82 to 100% of respondents identified strong agreement regarding policies favoring the most vulnerable students, the need for learning to be relevant to the learner, and believing equity of resources is more important than equal resources. While there was still universal agreement among respondents, there was more of a split between agreement and strong agreement when asked about their beliefs about the role of digital media in education, with slightly more than half agreeing that digital media fluencies are necessary for later success in life, and nearly 64% strongly agreeing and the rest agreeing that students need to be producers as well as consumers of digital media. There was the same 63%, 36% split between strong agreement and agreement when it came to teacher beliefs about using ICT to connect students' cultures and interests to their classroom learning. When it comes to beliefs about their own knowledge, competence, and comfort levels using ICT for student learning, responses skewed towards the middle of the Likert scale to questions, with answers hovering in the middle. This was consistent with what we expected to see in terms of teachers' feelings of comfort and competence based on their self-described knowledge level. There's limited data to fully answer this question given the restrictions we faced in completing our research goals, given the real-life context of the school. However, the pie charts regarding beliefs about the usefulness and role of mobile technology, particularly the use of students' cell phones, was where there was the most variety of responses among survey participants. These data would seem to contradict or at least complicate teachers' professed beliefs about the importance of making learning relevant, bringing their cultures into learning, and using technology to accomplish these ends. This discrepancy only widens when we look at teachers' interview responses. In answers to open-ended questions, more than a third of the participants said they believed in using mobile technology for learning was important, that teachers should direct student use of ICT, and that it was important to expose students to technology. Where 25% it was important to prepare students to use technology responsibly, and nearly 63% said technology has the potential to overcome learning barriers. When it comes to instruction, nearly 82% of teachers use email instructionally. 72% make use of a smartboard themselves. Many teachers state they rarely let students use the smartboards for fear that students will break them, and nearly 55% of respondents said they use LCD projectors in class, and nearly 46% say they use a learning management system to distribute and collect assignments. When it comes to students using ICT to demonstrate their learning, by wide margins, the types of technology used most often are those for making presentations, word processing, and searching. In interviews, teachers specifically mentioned Google Slides, Google Docs, and Google Search as the technology used most often for these demonstrations. While the graph shows that 27% of respondents have students use problem-solving and gaming platforms to show what they know, in interviews, teachers identified these as specifically for skills practice. Problem-solving apps, games for skills practice, editing and word processing apps, simple search, and presentation software might provide students with opportunities for remembering, understanding, and application-level thinking. They are mere substitutes for or enhancements of other means of learning rather than platforms that allow for significant redesign and transformation of the learning process, which in turn make for more powerful learning experiences like many of these other kinds of technologies do. We'd like to start this question by first juxtaposing teachers' personal and professional uses of ICT. Technology is ubiquitous in the personal lives of survey participants. When it comes to their use of ICT for professional practices, here too, nearly 2/3 of participants state they use their cell phones to track resources that they use professionally. The same number make use of collaborative Web 2.0 platforms for social bookmarking. 54% make use of other collaborative aspects of the internet, like just-in-time learning through webinars and following blogs. And 73% say they share professional resources via SMS and texting. These data are fairly supported by their professional beliefs about the role ICT should play in learning, but in contrast to the kinds of ICT-based learning opportunities they say they actually provide their students. This might suggest teachers hold negative beliefs about their students' abilities to learn using ICT.